Hey, welcome to Kitchen Dads. We have a new segment for you where we're going to do a menu makeover, and we have a guest here in the Kitchen Dad's kitchen. It's my friend Bruce.
Hey.
He's a kitchen dad. Bruce is a musician, he's an engineer, he's super busy, and he's also the cook in the family. So we're going to talk about doing a rescue here of one of the dishes that he makes, and we're going to try to make it better. Please subscribe and ring the bell so you'll get a notification of all of our new videos. So, Bruce, tell me a little bit about what you usually do with these ingredients.
So, my wife is a pescatarian, and so, obviously we're always having shrimp in the house, and, a lot of times I try to do a vegetable as best I can. So, a shrimp and broccoli thing, and of course, like everyone in the world, we put garlic and lemon and oil in the pan and maybe some butter.
If you're a cook, you always kind of default to what's familiar, right? So, garlic, butter, lemon, pepper, that's a go-to, but it gets old after a while?
It's gotten old.
Yeah. And then you had mentioned that there's a timing issue sometimes too, because you're steaming or boiling the broccoli, right?
I boil the broccoli, and we like it sort of well done with butter all over it,
Yeah.
But by the time the broccoli's done, the shrimp looks like little shoes, and it's just hard as, it's just rubbery.
Yep.
So that's my problem.
Well, shrimp's great when it's not rubbery. I love shrimp. Everybody loves shrimp. So what we need to do is we need to talk about, well, you're an engineer and you're a musician, so this involves math and this involves timing, right?
Okay, I can do that.
And so I know, we've talked about this, you get home, you have a small window of opportunity to get something to eat.
Yeah.
Or you might default to go just get fast food or go out or something, right? Because
Absolutely.
Right. So we're trying to make it so we can have some good meals at home. What we want to do is we want to combine this all into one sheet. So you're not cooking multiple things on the stove at the time. So we can do a tray bake or a sheet pan bake. And then we also want to punch it up a little bit with some new ingredients, something besides just the lemon and the olive oil and the garlic, which is great, but we're going to try some new things. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take the broccoli, we're going to coat it, we're going to put it in the pan, and then we're going to cook that a little bit. And then while that's cooking, because that cooks at a different temperature, that means at a different length.
Yeah.
The broccoli is probably roasted 16 to 18 minutes. The shrimp itself is probably 6 to 8 minutes. So if we can go ahead and get this in the oven, and then we can prepare the shrimp, compare sauce, and then actually maybe have time for something else. All right, so we're going to take a pound of broccoli. You can get broccoli ahead and cut it up, but we're trying to save time here. So you can buy a bag of pre-cut florets. This is the way to go. I'll go ahead and do this. We're going to take a few teaspoons of olive oil, and we're going to go ahead and just put it on the sheet pan. We're going to use our hands, and we're going to coat it.
Now, do you put salt and pepper and all that stuff?
Yeah, I like to put a little salt on it
Before you cook it?
before I cook it.
Okay.
A little bit. You can always, like I always say, you can always cook it to taste, salt it to taste. So we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. All right, we're going to put this first in the oven at 400, and we're going to cook it for 10 minutes while we get the shrimp ready. So why don't you grab that? Let's put this in the oven. All right, I'm going to set a timer. So, our broccoli's starting to cook. Now, we want to up the game a little bit with some new flavors, right?
Hallelujah.
All right, so one of the great things I found that goes well with both broccoli, vegetables, and seafood is a sweet chili sauce. Right? You don't need a lot of it. It really punches things up, especially when we're going to make an Asian influence type of sauce.
Is that sold everywhere?
You can get this just about everywhere. There's different varieties. There's no one brand that you have to have, like, this is Yai's sweet chili sauce, but you can buy chili sauce, buy chili paste, all right? So once you go ahead and mix this up, we're going to take soy sauce, or what I like to use is coconut aminos or Bragg's soy alternative, right? But it's
Soy alternative.
Yeah, so that's...
Isn't that's 3 tablespoons?
3 tablespoons, right? Then we're going to use some sesame oil. Sesame oil is going to give it a really nice Asian taste, nutty taste. It's going to go really well with those two, right? Okay. And then we have the sweet, that's also one tablespoon, right? Okay. we're going to do a tablespoon, a little over a tablespoon of the chili sauce. And now we got ginger. So just really quick on ginger. Everybody knows this is ginger, right?
Yeah. I don't know what to do with ginger. I like to smell it and look at it, but that's about it.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do from here.
So ginger's really great. If you're going to use ginger, so you buy this in the store, you buy by the pound. You just tear some off. You get a spoon, and then you use the spoon, take off the skin, and then you would just dice it. Now, I like fresh ginger. Fresh ginger is very pungent. It has a nice, you smell that? I mean, you just love ginger.
Yeah.
It's time consuming and you don't always have this around. Right. So we're trying to do this kind of in a little speedier fashion. So I like to use the stir paste ginger. Right? It isn't quite as pungent as the regular ginger, but the tube lasts a long time.
And you can just use more, right?
Yeah, you can just use more, right? And it's fresh and it'll last for months. So go ahead and add the large tablespoon of ginger.
Come on, baby.
There's a spoon here for you.
Thank you. Oh, yeah. Very nice.
All right.
So is this it?
Just take that, whisk it up.
That was easy.
Yeah, that's easy. So now this sauce is going to add a little component to the shrimp, and it's going to really go nice with the broccoli. And you can use it on other things too. All right. Okay. You want to taste that? Let me get you a spoon, and you can taste that.
Better be good, Cliff. Better be good.
It's always good in the Kitchen Dad kitchen. Well, about 98% of the time.
Oh yeah.
See? So what is that? Give me the components of what that is. What is that for you? What does that taste like?
Asian.
Asian. Okay. So I'll expand on that a little bit. So you probably got some umami, right? So that some of the soy is kind of a coating, and then the sesame oil comes kind of a nuttiness with the oil flavor. Absolutely. The ginger gives it that little punch, kind of freshness, right? So it's just a nice sauce. And so now in the meantime, we have 1 pound of shrimp.
Deveined and peeled.
Deveined and peeled.
The tail's on?
Well, you know what? Whatever you want to do. These happen to be tails on. That's just the way I bought it.
Okay.
If you don't like the tails, you can buy tails off. The main thing for this is that we're looking, for speed's sake, deveined and peeled,
yes.
Right? Because this I can take out of the package and go to town. I rinse it. I can go to town. If we have to devein and peel it, I'm adding probably 10 minutes into my time. It's a mess. It smells.
So gross.
Yeah. And you've done a lot of shrimp. I need a lot of shrimp.
Yeah.
The other thing is, not that that's a big deal, but if you could find wild-caught shrimp, that's a benefit. There's a lot of farm shrimp out there. It's not that much cheaper, and farm seafood is not that good. It's just not that good for you. You should be able to find wild-caught shrimp. If you can't, it's okay once in a while, but that's what you should do.
Cliff, I gotta say, I've noticed when I'm in the store and I see wild caught, most of the time it's not deveined.
Right.
And the farmed is. Why is that?
Because they have to sell convenience over quality, yes. Right? So they got to compete. They can compete on price a little bit, but people are starting to realize that farm-raised seafood is not that good. So they're going to give you the convenience and the price over the quality.
Makes sense.
Again, it's not a big deal. It's not that big a deal if you want to do that. And you could make this dish if you wanted with the shells on, but you would have to marinate the shrimp in the sauce. Okay. We're not going to do that because we're trying to get dinner on the table in 20 minutes, right?
Absolutely.
All right, that was the timer. Why don't you get the broccoli? There's a glove down in the bottom right there.
Now that's a glove.
That's a glove. We don't want to burn those musician fingers, We want to make sure he's able to play and eat and cook. I don't know about the eat part. You want to be able to cook and play. All right, here, let's put it right here.
My glasses.
All right, so you can see that the broccoli's already started to turn a little bit, right? It's not fully cooked. You're getting some browning.
Okay.
Right? So now what we want to do is we just want to add the shrimp, right? So we're going to add the shrimp.
All right.
And then we're going to coat this all with the sauce. So once you pour the sauce on there a little bit, and I'll mix it up. All right. So we just want to give everything a light coating. And like I say all the time, you know, you make a recipe the first time use the recipe or a dish with the recipe, and after that you make it your own. So when you make this next time, if you like more ginger, go heavy on the ginger. If you like soy, you know, just do that. I'm a sauce kind of guy. I always like extra sauce. So saucy. I would probably double this recipe. All right.
Oh, and okay. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So we want to make sure just everything has a nice little coat. All right. We don't want to cover up. We don't want to cover up. That's the other thing people make a mistake is we don't want to cover up, like have the broccoli on top of the shrimp. Yeah, we want to give everybody a little space, a little personal space.
Single layer.
Single layer. All right. And then we are going to go ahead and we're going to
go back in. Right?
Go back in. Now we got the glove. We got the glove. We are going to put this in for. You got it? All right. All right.
All right.
So we set that for 7 minutes. All right. We're looking for the shrimp to turn opaque or kind of pinkish, right? I mean, you know, that's shrimp terms. So now we have time to do something else while that's cooking, right? You can make a salad, or you can use cauliflower rice. You can buy cauliflower rice just about anywhere. This is one I got out here, Joe's, but I mean, you can just get cauliflower rice and add some scallions and onions and corn, peas, whatever you want to it, or just use the rice. It's easy to make, microwave, or put on stovetop. All right. We're gonna top this with some scallions. So why don't you go ahead and clean those up? We're gonna he's gonna cut off the root end, right, into the sink. It's nice having the sink right there, isn't it? Just
very nice.
Right? And then we're gonna use we're gonna use the green up to about here.
Okay.
Okay.
And how thin should these be cut?
Relatively thin, because they're gonna go in raw. So if you can do them all at once, you can, or you can.
I'm an all at once guy.
All right.
So I know you would be just like going crazy like this, right? Ow. I'm kidding.
Not for speed.
But
am
I doing it wrong?
Oh no, you're fine. Because he's got the claw. See, he's got the claw going.
The claw going.
And that's what I tell people. You got to have the claw, right? And you got the knife. So you're holding onto the knife, and you got to have the claw. Because if you put the knife up against your fingers, you can cut and without worrying about cutting your fingers and adding blood to the dish as an element.
We're having blood shrimp tonight.
Why's that shrimp red?
Is that chili sauce?
The other thing I like about this is we're adding a fresh component to a cooked meal, right? So we're cooking the broccoli, we're cooking the shrimp. We're going to add this on to as a little more crunch and another nice fresh component.
I'm going to say, I always thought you used this end.
Well, you can. You know what? Let's go wild. Let's cut some more of that up.
Okay. Actually, if you made a baked potato, these would be better at this.
Oh yeah,
potato, right?
Exactly.
See, I got it going on.
The whole onion, the whole thing is usable. So, all right.
Okay.
Good job there.
Thank you, Cliff.
So our shrimp's been in about 3 minutes, right?
Yep.
So we want to go in and we want to actually turn it over so it gets cooked on both sides.
One at a time?
Well, unless you come up with a pair of tongs that can do them all together.
So do we pull it out? Because otherwise, we're just going to get steamed.
So yeah, so you could just pull it out, put it on top of the stove, and so get the glove.
Here we go. My glasses.
The glasses are getting steamed. All right, so you can see how they're turning nice and pink,
oh,
right?
That looks really good.
Yep. So we're gonna just go ahead and we're gonna flip these
one at a time.
One at a time. It's not a necessity, but I like to have it cook evenly.
Okay. Yeah. But you don't have to turn the broccoli.
No, I don't have to turn the broccoli. Broccoli's gonna be okay.
Looks like it's cooking pretty evenly anyway.
Yep.
As you flip them.
Yep. Well, you want to check them. I mean, you want to check them. If you have one and you think it's cooking evenly and you don't want to turn it, that's fine. But I always just go in to make sure, because last thing I want to do is have shrimp on one side that's not cooked and shrimp to the other side. All right. So we're gonna pop those back in for about 3 minutes.
And Cliff, you're going to have to tell me about this pan, because it doesn't look like my pans.
All right, we're gonna do 3 minutes. All right, so you want to know about my pan?
I want to know about your pan, because all my pans look like old rusty metal.
Well, I have those too. I have the old rusty metal pans. Matter of fact, stay there.
That's what I'm talking about.
Is this the pan you think you're talking about? This old musty metal pan?
Is that mine?
I have a bunch of these. These are workhorses. This is everything that's great. But that pan is actually called Holy Sheet.
Makes sense.
Because it's by the Great Jones Company. They want to come out with a line of bakeware that look good and it's functional. So something like that, if you didn't want to plate it, you could just put that on the, you could serve it on that because it looks nice.
So does it cook differently than this?
No, not really. It looks better.
Yeah.
It cleans better. But that's one of those things where, again, if you're pushed for time and you don't have to put it to another plate or something like that, if you got a nice looking, nice sheet pan like that, you can just put something on the table and you can serve it just like that, right? But for the sake of time, we're going to go ahead. We're going to plate it on this, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this rice cauliflower in the microwave. You can do it on the stove top, but we're going to just nuke it, right? So once you get that bowl,
Yep.
right?
Okay, so you don't cook it in the bag.
You can cook it in the bag and steam it. But essentially with the vegetables and the things that are in it.
Now that is one colorful dish, Cliff.
It is. All right, put it in the microwave and we're gonna put it in there for about 4 minutes. Just a side note on that. So we've saved enough time now that we can add additional element or additional item to the menu.
Sure.
You could do a salad if you want to just make a salad. You could do that. If you want to put that in the pan, you want a little more crispy, you can do that. A lot of times I'll add some of the soy or the coconut aminos to that to kind of give it more of a flavor. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Our shrimp is almost ready.
So Cliff, tell me, we're going to pull the stuff out of the oven.
Yep.
But how do we present it?
All right. So my thoughts are people also want good tasting food, but they want to eat with their eyes, right? So, and if it's something that's new, we want to make it visually as nice as possible. Since we've saved some time, we're going to go ahead and put it on a platter, right? It's be a one dish kind of meal. You could make individual bowls if you wanted to, so we could put this on the platter, and then you could have individual bowls, which we still might do. But we're gonna put the cauliflower down, the broccoli, and the shrimp, right? All on one platter.
The cauliflower's going down first.
Yeah, we can make a bed out of it, right? Or we can pile it in the corner, whatever you want to do. You have a choice. You know, whatever we can do. Maybe what we'll do is we'll put the cauliflower on the side, and then we'll put the broccoli and the shrimp over here because that'll be nice.
Yeah.
All right. Our shrimp is done. I just heard that the cauliflower's done. Why don't you get the cauliflower?
Okay.
I'll get the shrimp. Give me that. There's a towel over there in case it's hot. Take that one. All right. Oh, look at that. That looks so good. Look at that. All right.
Smells pretty good, Cliff.
It does.
Smelling good.
Smelling good.
Okay, so are we gonna? We're just gonna put it on one end.
Yeah, you know we can. Well, you know what? Let's put it on one end. You could serve it out of this bowl. You know, you could probably serve it out of this bowl. Let's put it on one end to make it look nice.
Okay. I gotta say, this is the most colorful dish I've ever been involved with.
Yes. Well, again, you wanna. It's probably hot. Whoop. You wanna make it look good.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're gonna take the broccoli and the shrimp, and we're gonna put this down here. So we're gonna look at those good juices. Put those over the cauliflower. All right, I'm gonna put this down here. That's hot. All right. So look at that. So now
What
do you
about the
think?
scallions?
Scallions. Let's top it off with some scallions.
All right. May I?
You may.
Do we top all of it with the scowl?
Yeah, you know, whatever you want to hit it with. Don't over scallionize. That's a word. We're looking for a little bit of garnish and a little bit of flavor. So wherever you think it is, and then get some of the dark. All right, I like to put a little pepper on this.
Sounds good.
All right, I'll hit you with the pepper.
Hit me with the pepper.
I like this pepper thing, you know. This pepper is good, but this is this is old school. That way, anybody ever breaks into the kitchen while you're doing something, you could cook, you could flavorize and take care of it at the same time. So anyway, we're gonna put a little pepper on there. And there we have it. Now I know we've been talking through the dish, but doesn't this seem like a pretty easy dish?
It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what it tastes like.
Well, we'll taste. You know what? Let's do that. Let me get some plates. All right, let's give it a shot. Why don't you go ahead and get yourself some cauliflower?
All right.
I'll take a little bit of that too.
Okay. Here, let me serve you, Cliff.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
All
How's
right.
that?
That's good. That's good. Let's give this
Now,
a
do we
shot.
salt it or anything
If
before
you-
we eat?
if-
I
if
do
you-
like the salt.
If you like salt, we got some salt right there. If you need more pepper, we can go with the smaller pepper too. You don't have to have the big one, all right?
Let's check it out.
All right. So I want to try the shrimp.
Yeah, I gotta go first.
Shrimp is done right, right?
Yeah,
And then
it's not rubbery. I almost didn't know it was shrimp.
broccoli.
That'll work.
You add in the. It's a great dish. The only thing I would do, I would make double or triple that sauce because I like sauce, and I would put more sauce on it. It's great the way it is. We want to up level it. If you're a sauce person, I would make a bunch more sauce. So anyway,
I better taste it one more time just to make sure.
okay. So anyway,
We're good.
that is our first Kitchen Dad's Rescue Menu Makeover. I want to thank Bruce for showing up. Hopefully did this inspire you that maybe you could make this pretty quickly and easily and help with the timing issue. Good.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, keep on cooking.